Let's talk cruises. My husband and I have been on 7 or so cruises over the last 15 years. Most recently, we have done cruises with Holland America. We really like Holland America, but we're ready for a change. We are going to go in about a month and a half to a cruise with Norwegian Cruise Line for the first time, and we're really excited about it. So let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Christy. This is Not Lost, Just Looking. Welcome to the channel. This channel is about going places, traveling, and honest experiences. Whether that is just, going up the road to something interesting around my city, or going on a cruise, or going just on a trip overseas somewhere fun. So that is the kind of content you can expect here, and we hope you join us for the ride. Why this Norwegian cruise now? Specifically, we were looking for a cruise that had a little bit of a different itinerary. I was getting kind of sick of the itineraries where you're going to the Caribbean, or you're going to all these islands and going up to Canada in the fall, going to Alaska. We've done all of those things. So we were looking for things that were fun to do and just kind of a weird little quirky journey, if you will. So this cruise actually goes to Bermuda, which we have been to Bermuda before, but unfortunately the last time we went, there was a hurricane. So our excursions got canceled. We still got to go to the island, but we really didn't do a whole lot. This cruise also goes from Bermuda up to Halifax, Nova Scotia, which we've also been there before as well, but looking forward to going back because it is beautiful up there. And then it goes to Newfoundland, St. John, which we have not been to before. This cruise is out of a new port we have not gone through before. It is Philadelphia. So looking forward to exploring a new port. I have heard some of the things about the Philadelphia port. It's newly opened up again after something like 15 years. There hasn't been at least Norwegian cruise ships going out of there. I don't know, maybe none at all over the last 15 years, but now they've restarted that, and so that should be a fun and interesting experience, and I hope to share that with everybody here. The other reason why we chose this cruise is simply the dates worked out. It's the end of the summer. It happens to be at the same time as our anniversary, so it'll double as a fun anniversary trip. So those are really the big reasons why we're choosing Norwegian. Plus, we just love a fun, new, interesting experience, and eventually would like to experience all of the cruise lines. I have been watching a lot of YouTube videos around cruising. Honestly, I probably spend way too much time watching videos on cruise lines and cruise ship tours or room tours. So that's another reason why we decided to settle on this Norwegian cruise. I don't know if I've mentioned it, but we are going on Norwegian Jewel. That's the cruise ship that is going on this itinerary to Bermuda and to Canada out of Philadelphia. In the past, my husband and I have cruised on Carnival way back when we were in our early 30s. We loved that vibe, but things are different now. We've actually met some of our very best friends in the world on a Carnival cruise like 15 years ago, and we are still very good friends with them, and we have actually gone on more cruises with them before, and actually we have gone on non-cruise vacations with them. So just a pointer, you could meet your very best friends on a cruise. You just never know. We've also cruised with Royal Caribbean. That was the one that we went to Bermuda, and the hurricane stopped us from having a good time. And then after that, my husband and I have really enjoyed Holland America. I like the quieter cruise vibe. I like reading a lot on my cruises. I like just sitting around and enjoying things and simply relaxing. I don't like to be crazy busy all the time on my vacations. I like to see new things. I do like to take excursions, but I don't like to go crazy. So that's a little bit about me and my cruise background. Things that I'm most excited about for this upcoming Norwegian Jewel cruise. First and foremost, I am really interested to see what this port is like. Like I said, I've watched a ton of videos. I've seen some videos where people have talked about how the port isn't finished. And I've also watched videos about how you have to meet at a hotel in Philadelphia first in order for everybody to get transported to the port. Really interested in this whole overall experience. We are not staying at that hotel. We've already decided that we are going to stay at another hotel near the airport that we like. And then we're just going to get transport from there over to the hotel where they pick you up and take you to the port. So that's the first thing I'm most interested in. The second thing that I'm most interested in is honestly the food. I am gluten intolerant. I do not have celiacs. I am not going to need to go to the hospital or anything like that if I happen to get some cross contamination. But I do like to eat as gluten-free as possible just for other health reasons. I've been like this for about 8 years now, and I just feel a lot better. I feel a lot less inflammation in my body. So I'd like to keep that up. When we go on cruises with Holland America, we have a really good experience with them being accommodating for my gluten-free diet. So I am curious how Norwegian handles that. I will be posting a video about that in the future so you can all see how I got on with Norwegian Cruise Line and what I was able to eat, or if I needed to rely on my emergency kit that I take with me everywhere because I like to be prepared in case there is absolutely nothing for me to eat. So that is the other thing. The third thing that I am looking forward to and I'm curious about is really just the vibe on board. Are we still saying the vibe, or is that the kids say, or have those kids maybe those they aren't kids anymore? Maybe they don't say that anymore, but I say that. So the vibe. I'm looking forward to see what the vibe is on this cruise. I like to see what sorts of activities they have. Are there a ton of activities? Is it loud? Is it noisy? Are there really good entertainment options like shows or games? I like a trivia if there is one. So, looking forward to that. I'm just also looking forward to seeing, what sorts of demographics I should expect. As you might know, Holland America is very quiet and chill. It tends to be an older crowd, which again, I like. But we'll see what happens with Norwegian and if they're similar or if it's a different experience. And if it's different, do I like it? It's been a while since I've been on another cruise line, so I am looking forward to seeing if this is a vibe that I like, and maybe I'll want to take more Norwegian cruises. So we'll figure it out. This cruise is really just the beginning of this channel. I'm going to talk about all kinds of maybe slightly on the weird or quirky or different side of travel. Things, like I said earlier, things that are big, like a 9-day cruise or a 14-day trek across Europe, something like that. Those all the way down to more local things around town, or things that are a day drive, places to hike. Like I said, weird and interesting local places around, just checking things out and sharing them with you. Maybe you'll be interested, or maybe it'll, pique your curiosity. So that's the kind of content that you'll see here on my channel, and I really look forward to bringing it to you. Thank you so much for watching this all the way to the end. If you like this, please subscribe, and you will see more from me soon. Thank you so much.